Right then, everyone, I think we are live. I haven't done a stream in such a long time. I almost forgot what button to press there. Anyway, it is that time of the week again, isn't it, everyone? A Sunday afternoon. So it is time for another stream. Do remember to subscribe and give the stream a thumbs up if you are enjoying it. And if you could share a video or two of mine, someone you know, maybe a family or a friend who's into trains as well, then that would be most appreciated. It really does help the channel. So hello everyone and welcome back to another stream from my channel, HEMR Railway. Today we have the double header stream. As you can see here, I have some double headers set up. We have a Class 43 HST power car pulling a Class 47 with some Virgin coaches. That, pretty much all that line there is completely new. We've got this one here, you've all seen on this line here, we've got the 9F and the 08. Work quite well together, but it does have to go quite slow. And then on this line here, we've got 4472 Flying Scotsman, the L and the R1. And we've got LMS Red, number 5. And we've got, obviously, the coaches behind there. So today we are doing the double header stream. And the only rules for the double header stream is that the locomotives that pull the trains on today's stream have to be in a double header formation. That is with another engine in front of or behind the engine. So obviously you've got Flying Scotsman, you've got an engine behind that, and LMS5, you've got an engine in front of that. So they have to be in double header formation, not top and tailing. As always, any rolling stock choice is allowed, as always, just that the thing pulling the train, so the thing at the front, has to be in a double header formation. Although I suppose you could have a double header pushing the train. Just depends what people want to request today. Please do let me know in the chat if audio and video is all okay. Can you see everything that's here? And of course, can you hear me? Do please bear in mind that comments from the live chat take a while to come through to StreamYard, so it may take a minute or so before I see your comments. As always, today's stream should be about an hour to an hour and 20 minutes long. Probably about an hour 15 today, but it just depends where we end up. Also, you might notice that I've got a new camera. It's not quite the same camera as this one here. And we also have some different camera angles. We've got this camera angle. The camera is normally, about, you can't really see that, but the camera's normally further over here. And because it's on a tripod, I can move the camera. So we'll be talking a little bit about that later in today's stream. And also, we've got this camera angle up here, which is around the lumbar siding. So, just behind the camera that's over here. So, yeah, plenty of things to talk about today. We've got some new engines visiting us and some new engines, some new rolling stock permanently visiting us. I've got new video equipment. I've got train spotting to talk about, and I've got some major video plans to talk about with you later. I've got a whole list of about, 10, 11 things to talk about. Some of them are large topics, some of them are small topics, but we shall see where we get on with it today. So I shall roll the intro, and I will see you very, very soon. Right then, I bet you weren't expecting that, were you? I know I said in the chat earlier. Where is it? Let me find that. Here we are. I said newly made joining video / intro / outro this week, so I hope you enjoy them. So for the people who were here for the joining video, I do hope that you enjoyed that. I hope you, obviously on the main line, was here for the intro, and that's my normal video intro, and that's something I've got to talk about as well. And of course you will see the outro later, so I bet you weren't expecting my video intro to crop up here, were you? Now that's not because I'm lazy, and all will be explained about the new intro later. I shall make sure I've got that in my agenda for today's stream, otherwise I shall miss out a load of things. But anyway, I will talk to you in a little bit about that later, after, we've got the trains going, and I don't want to, delay running the trains, because that is what we're all here for. So we have, I'll go over it again, Class 43 in City 125 HST Power Car, that's number 43010. And Virgin Trains, Class 47, 47845, pulling 3 Virgin coaches, 2 normal ones, and then the brake coach at the end. On the middle line, we've got 9F 92212 double heading with Class 08, number D3986, with all my freight rolling stock. And then on the inner line, we have Flying Scotsman 4472 with LMS number 5 with all of my coaches. On the main line is here. Thank you very much for joining. You've said hurt. I'm confused. Which one is from which and from where? My brain hurts. I'm confused now you said that. So the stream, the long video with the classical music and the the swaying classical music and all the different pictures of the trains, that is the joining video. That is the video I play for 2.5 minutes while everyone joins the stream, just to allow people to join. Because if I start the stream and start talking straight away, then people miss everything, then I have to go back and talk over what I've already said, and it gets a bit confusing. So I play that long video while everyone's joining, so that everyone has the chance to join. Then the short intro that I played, which is this one. That one is my video intro. So, I made a video a while back about my all-new video intro, and it was inspired by Atomic Shrimp, and I used the same music as him, but, did it in my own style. That is from my video, so, I'll introduce the video and say, hello, everyone, and welcome back to my video from my channel, HEMR Railway, and today we're going to be servicing the Triumph Flying Scotsman with realistic chuffing sound, and then I'll cut to that, play that, that da da da. I'll play that and then cut back to the normal video, and I'll start servicing Flying Scotsman. So that the short one that I've just played is from my videos, and I'll talk to you about why I've included my video intro in my stream intro a bit later, and then the outro that I've made. So the only things that are new are the joining video, that's a long video to allow people to get into the stream, and the short intro, which I've the outro, which I'm going to play. The short intro, which I've just played, isn't new, and that's from my videos. So I think you understand now. So anyway, I shall get some trains running because I feel like it. We're starting off on the middle line. And I have to be very careful with this, because if I turn it up too much, then the 9F just wheel slips, and I don't want that. I'm just going to put excess dirt on the track. So we have to get it to a point where both engines are happy running. Then on the inner line, we have Flying Scotsman and LMS number 5. I shall put things on nice and slow to start off with, and we might get on to some faster stuff later, just because I want to get through all of the talking at the start of the stream, or the more important and more pressing things at the start of the stream. And then on the outside line, I shall set that one going. Nice and slow to start off with. We'll speed them up later when we get into the swing of things a bit, and when we get through the more obvious things I've got to talk about. On the main line, you said, ooh, another egg beater tank. You're quite right there. Just give me a moment. One of the cameras has gone offline, and that's another thing I've got to talk about later. So I'll just make sure I'm not going to appear on camera. There we are. Let me just get the other camera back online. There we are. All three cameras are going. Dibs first request. Okay, I shall let you know when requests are open. We do have time for requests today, as always. That was in the stream rules at the start. I think the motors on these trains will have warmed up a bit now, so they should be able to go a bit slower. I will get them going faster later, just when I've got through the bits I want to talk about. The 9F and the 08 going incredibly slowly, but I don't know, I kind of like how they look together, to be fair. Obviously, doesn't really need to be a double header. The 08 or the 9F would have managed perfectly fine by themselves in real life, pulling that load, or on the model railway as well. But I don't know, I just quite like having them in a double header. Got some more people entering the stream now, that's very good. Jaden says you can add some sort of water feature to your layout. And this engine has stalled. There we are. I don't know. I don't think so. I don't plan for there to be any ponds or rivers or lakes on my layout. Unless something majorly changes. I'm not expecting to have anything like that on my layout, no. I don't think the 040 here is getting enough power, so we'll have to turn that up a little bit. It does sound like an egg beater though, so you will probably hear that on camera. Crikey, it does sound like an egg beater. I've also ordered some ballast, so scenery is going to start taking place at HEMR Railway. So hopefully we'll do some ballasting videos soon. Not all of it, no. I've saved a load of your videos to me watch later. Because I need to catch up on subscribers' videos. I keep missing a load of them. For some reason, I keep not getting the notifications. For whatever reason, I don't get notifications. They're turned on, I just don't seem to be getting them. So I've gone through all my subscribers' videos and people who I'm subscribed to. And I've watch-lated all their videos to make sure I watch them, because I don't seem to be getting notifications for some reason. So I don't know. Hopefully YouTube will fix that. Not quite sure why, but you know. You've got ballast, but you haven't started yet. Well, ballasting can be pretty boring, I've heard, so. I've just thought of another thing to talk about today. I've got a new controller. I have a new controller, which is on the second radius line. So we've no longer got that puny one with the terrible thermal cutout in it powering this line, and the side in here, and that side in there, right over there, and the side in the coal siding at the back. I've got a proper controller. Evan Terry's back here. Well, not back, but Evan Terry, you say hello, Evan Terry. How are you doing? Long time no see, as Jaden says. That's very true. Oh dear. There we are. Anyway, so the first thing to talk about in today's stream is, well, I've already talked about that. The new joining video and the intro is the same for videos. So, as you know, I have a new joining video for the stream. So that was the long one with the changing pictures on the slow classical music. That's my new joining video for the stream. I was only saying 2 weeks ago, not last week, because last week we had a bit of a palaver with getting the stream set up properly. But 2 weeks ago I said I was going to remake the stream joining video, the stream intro and the stream outro, because they're really outdated. The joining video contains some really outdated photos, contains some really outdated things in general. The intro, it didn't include any, clips of me servicing. The intro didn't show any clips of me servicing or going out train spotting. It was literally just Mother Railways, and it was before I got all the track pinned down. And in fact, I only had one track going around in the intro. Before I made the new one, there was just one track, and I thought, well, we can't have that because I've done so much progress of laying all this track, and it might be a while before I get doing proper scenery. So if I carry on, with this terrible intro, then I'm going to get so far ahead that it won't look right. So I've made a new intro. Yes, I'm going to start ballasting, but ballasting isn't really a major thing for the layout. If I ballast and then it's another 3-4 months before I make the intro, then I'm not going to actually have done that much scenery that the layout is unrecognisable in that point, if you know what I mean. So we've got a new joining video. The intro is the same as the one for videos, because what I realised was, if you join the stream right at the start, you've got a 2.5-minute joining video, you've got a 45-second intro video, and then the stream properly starts. Whereas the new one has got a 2.5-minute joining video, and then it's got an 11-second intro, and then the stream starts. There's an extra 30 seconds of the stream there, if you like. I just thought that a 2.5-minute join video and then a 45-second intro and then the stream was a little bit too much in terms of intros and fancy things at the start before we actually start. So I gave up on that, and because I'm doing a lot of train spotting videos recently, and because I have done a lot of train spotting videos really, and I've done a lot of videos where I haven't actually needed to use the intro, because obviously if I use the intro, that contains Mother Railway stuff, and if I'm going out train spotting, then it doesn't really make sense to add the intro in, does it? So instead, I just decided to use the intro that I use for videos, just because it took me about 2 hours to make that intro, and I thought, well, if I'm not using it recently for videos, because a lot of my videos recently have been train spotting videos and things that haven't needed that intro, so I thought, you know what, I put a lot of work into this, I'll use it for the streams. And I have made a new outro as well, a much more updated outro that contains servicing clips and train spotting clips and model railway clips, and not just the same old boring outdated stuff that was in the last one. So you will see the new outro at the end of the video. On the main line understands, thank you very much. Very interesting. On the main line says he I think I need to give some more oomph to this engine. There we are. Sometimes it just gets a little bit stuck, does the 040, partially because of the bodged pickup I've put on the side. Anyway, on the main line says he can't really be bothered with making more scenery. That's why I haven't started sooner. Fair enough here as well. I did say a while back in a video that I just wanted to enjoy what I had at the moment before I then had to disrupt running trains on the layout to start doing scenery. And scenery takes a while, and I've had to regain some money because buying all the track was at very great expense. But like you say, I'm going to start doing it soon as well, especially because I've ordered my ballast. So yeah, my ballast, I've just ordered my ballast about half an hour ago. Well, probably about 45 minutes ago now. And I'm going to start, when that comes, it's got 3-day delivery, so I'll be starting ballasting within, 3-4 days if it's on time. So ballasting will start shortly. I've counted, I've got 70 locos and 100 plus rolling stock. Wow. Crikey. I mean, you've been doing model railways a lot longer than us, haven't you? So that's fair enough, I suppose. That's debatable, Evan Terry. Took me a long time to decide on the track plan. Never mind the scenery elements. Shall I have a count of how much I've got at the moment? I've got, well, I won't do that in the middle of the stream, but I'll have a count at some point. Evan Terry says he has 3 N-gauge locos, 5 coaches, a few wagons, and 5 double L-gauge locos. 1 coach, 2 wagons. 1 of N-gauge locos are broken, 2 of O are broken. Ooh, that's not very good. Evan says started with the Santa Express in 00, then switched to Highlander set with DCC in N. Personally, I can't do with DCC. I just can't be bothered with fitting a load of decoders to engines, and pretty much 90% of my engines 90% of my engines aren't DCC ready. I'd have to hardwire a socket and isolate the motor and the pickups and stuff like that. And on half my engines, there isn't enough room for DCC, which means I couldn't use DC. And then seeing as I started on DC, buying everything in the speakers, because if I went DCC, I'd want sound as well. So buying the speakers and the correct decoders and hardwire and everything and rewiring my layout for electro-frod points, it's just far too difficult. And called me old-fashioned, but DC I think is more realistic because you're actually varying the power that goes to your engines. You're actually physically turning the voltage up and down, whereas DCC is just a signal, which is I don't really like. And if it breaks, it's expensive, and just everything about DCC is expensive. I just don't like it too much. no idea why this camera keeps going offline either. That's another thing about having a webcam, which I'll talk to you shortly about. We know OO is still DC, but you can get OO in DCC as well, obviously, can't you? N gauge can be DC as well. I mean, any gauge can be DC, really. But you know, personal preference. Well, if you're talking about subscribers, then it doesn't matter when you start on Model Railways, does it? It matters when you start your channel. Debatable, again, each to their own, but I'm not bothered for it. Anyway, I think it's time we stop the trains, talk for a little while without the noise, and then I shall resume with some requests. On the main line, your egg beater's pulling into the station. I'll see if I can stop it perfectly this time. You know, last stream I did 2 weeks ago, I had to keep stopping and starting, and it was really quite frustrating, if I'm honest. Yes! Bang! We've stopped them where they're supposed to be. Not halfway through the station, not below the station, not an overrun of the station. So, yeah. I've managed to stop them where they're supposed to be stopped. That's something. It's not often to do that on stream. You know, half the time I'm turning them back up, and you know, I've managed to stop them. I can't believe how happy I am. Anyway, I shall just have a quick talk about new equipment I have. So I have some new camera equipment. I have a webcam, which is this camera here, and it's USB powered. Can I show you this, or will this completely ruin the entire stream? Let's try. Let's see if I can show you it without completely ruining everything. So, this is going to be difficult. Give me a moment, please, folks. So, I don't know how I'm going to be able to show you this. I'll try my best. You just have to give me a moment. So, here we are. I think that is in shot. So, I'm going to switch over the camera now. There we are. So, that is the webcam. So, it has two-stage lighting. So, if you give me a moment, I shall try and reach around without revealing my entire face on YouTube. So, it has off. And that looks like this. Then it has on, which is a little bit dimmer and looks like this. Again, not really, I don't really use that method. Then it has middle, which looks like this. And then it has bright, which looks like that, but it's a bit too bright because you get reflections off the engines and the lighting is a bit artificial. So I prefer to keep it like that. As you can see, I've got a tripod there. This tripod is one that my mate's dad lent me. So thank you, Kevin, for that if you end up watching this stream. This is a tripod my mate's dad bought me just so that I had 3 tripods while I, you know, had enough money to buy another so I could have 3 of my own. So that is powered by USB and plugs into my USB. Oh, God, that camera's gone very weird. And so it can plug into a USB thing here, and then that plugs into my laptop because I've got my wireless keyboard down here, and I've got my mouse as well. So that's 2 already, and my laptop only has 2 ports, so one on that side and one on that side. So This was a birthday present. Most of these things I'm showing you today were birthday presents, by the way. August is my birthday month. I'm not going to tell you when in August because that's too far, but August is my birthday month, so most of these are upgrades to my thing, my layout, and streaming and recording and stuff like that. So it's because of my birthday is this. So there's my USB hub, plugs into my USB webcam, plugs into there. I've got my keyboard dongle in there, my mouse one on the other side. So yeah, that is the webcam. I'm going to get 2 more of those, which is why I've bought a USB hub with 4 in, because then I'll have 1 there, I'll have 3 in there, plus another which makes 4 for there. The other is the keyboard dongle. So I'll eventually have 3 webcams. And I'll stop using phones like this one here and the other camera that's over here, which keeps going offline. So yeah, eventually I will have 3 webcams like that, obviously. 3 webcams, 3 cameras, 1 there, 1 up there like that one is, and 1 down here, that's where this one is. So eventually I will have 3 webcams. That's another smaller tripod I got. And then this phone is on the big floor standing tripod. So that's my small tripod. This over here is a tripod that my mate's dad lent me. I am going to buy a 3rd tripod of my own when I've got the money to. And then the camera that's on now is on the big tripod. And I'll probably show you the big tripod in the upcoming video. I've got an upcoming video that will tell you a little bit more about all the new things I've been getting and stuff like that. Just so you know exactly what I'm going to be recording and filming on. And then I'll be able to, give you some more in-depth things about how it all works and how it's going to work in the future. And, by the way, with these tripods came 2 clicky remote Bluetooth fobs. So if I turn them on, pair it to my phone, I can click that button and it'll start recording. I'll take a photo. Because especially when I'm over here and at the start of the YouTube shorts, the camera's over here, trying to press that button over there and then die over here and turn up the controllers and then go over there again to click it to turn it off when the trains have gone past YouTube shorts, those are just useful for that. 1 came with the tripod that this camera's on and 1 came with that one over there. So I think that's pretty much all there is to talk about my new equipment. I supposedly might as well talk about this while it's down there. This is a H&M safety miner. Remember a few weeks ago when I did the model railway haul video, I said I was going to show you the controller and give you some updates about that as well. So I'll probably do that in a few weeks as well. But this is the H&M controller. You've got half wave switch to the left, full wave switch to the right. You've got forwards by turning it to the right, and that goes to full power, and reverse by turning it to the left, which goes to full reverse power. So yeah, that is all my new equipment as far as I'm aware. I may have forgotten something, but if I remember, I will put it in the video that's called I'll put it in my model, a video. I'm going to make a video called something like, I don't know, probably new video equipment, recording, new streaming equipment, video recording stuff. I'll make a video about all my new technology that's going to help me with streaming and video recording. So give me a moment, I'll put this camera back to where it was. It's easier said than done. I think it was about there, wasn't it? Yep. So that's all my new equipment we've just gone through. Pete Clark, I did notice you were here, but I thought I'd not interrupt the flow of my explanation, and I thought I'd say hello to you after. So, hello, Pete. Thank you very much for joining. Very nice to see you here again. I haven't seen you for a while in the stream past because last week's stream got cancelled because of problems. But anyway, very good to see you here. What does low traction and high traction do, by the way? I just have half wave, full wave, and then obviously reverse and forwards. But yeah, that's all my new equipment. Not trying to boast or anything around here, but hopefully it should give you a better viewing experience. By the way, I know this camera may not seem as crisp, you know, it's not necessarily the quality, it's kind of difficult to explain it. This camera might not seem as crisp, but hopefully the quality is better than, you know, this phone, for example. You know, it's not quite as sharp, but I think you can tell that the quality is better, you know, because the quality there is, you know, it's a little bit pixelated, but you can, you know, it's clear, but the quality is a little bit low. But on here, the quality is higher, but it's not as sharp, if you know what I mean. I hope you get what I'm trying to get at there anyway. So anyway, new equipment talked about. I've still got lots of things to talk about while we carry on. Anyway, we do have time for requests, so if anyone could put their requests in the chat now, double headers only, and you can have any roll in stock. So double headers only, put your requests in the chat now, and I shall plonk them on. I will get to talking about these Virgin things and the HST later, by the way. We should get on to everything I want to talk about today. On the main line, great first request. Virgin 47, that's easy because that's already on the track, so HST just has to come off. Virgin 47 and EWS Class 66. Tell you what, there's a massive weight difference between the HST and the 66. Virgin 47 and EWS 66 with Virgin coaches. Very good. A good first request. Normally I would have done 2 or 3 requests by this point, but I wanted to have a go at running my trains as well. Obviously they are my trains and you lot do get a request as well. But, you know, I've been talking about things and these couplings are not at the same height, which makes it increasingly difficult to couple them together. Very funny, very funny. I'm not even going to read that. The traction changes the traction. How easy, quick, slow and hard the loco moves by alternate current, basically. Well, fair enough. So if you've got a trainee driver on your model railway, you best set it to high then for ultra realism. Probably not the best idea. But yeah. Any more requests, anyone? 2 spaces left on the main lines is here and these 2. Forget these are here. So 2 more requests and we'll get cracking. Pete Clark, Evan Terry. Put your requests in. Pete, I know one of your diesels is taken. Well, 2 of 4 diesels I have at the moment are taken up, but if you want me to double header those diesels with your usual, I can, certainly. So pop your requests in now, please. Quick as you can, if you want to, that is. I'll wait for the replies to come in. They do take a while with it being on StreamYard. Might as well get shifting some of these off, haven't I? On the main line, you can have another request if you want. Nobody seems to be putting any in. So on the main line, you can have all 3 if nobody puts any in. But yeah, I'm not going to run any trains until we've got 3 requests. So what does everyone want to see on? Does nobody want any requests? There we are, finally. come on, folks. I thought you'd be more excited to have a new stream with new equipment, you know? Apparently, Anne says there's one person watching on the stream, but I know that's not true because there's at least 3 people participating in chat. It's StreamYard been awkward again. On the main line says Scotty and Tornado with Mark 1s. Yes, I can do that. I can absolutely do that. Finally. One more request. Get your ideas in. And Tornado is here. I suppose I could be talking about the next thing I need to talk about while I'm doing this, couldn't I? And we have ballasting and scenery. I've talked about that. So basically, about an hour ago, I ordered some ballast. I ordered 2 kilograms of fine between 1 and 3 millimeter stone ballast. I ordered a ballast spreader, and I've already ordered some PVA glue. I ordered that ages ago. I've glued down some bits of track like this bit here. Some bits of track for some reason are raised up on my layout, even though this surface is completely flat, and even though I've track pinned it, so I've glued some pieces of track down just to stop them flexing so much. Plus, gluing the track down also gives me an indication of how loud the trains are going to be when I've put my ballast down. Obviously, it'll be a lot louder because ballast is, stones in it, and that'll amplify the noise because it's a reflective material rather than an absorbent material. But yeah, so ordered my ballast, that's coming in 3 days. Ordered my ballast spreader, which is coming in 2 days. And after that, I shall get ballast in. It's going to be very difficult doing it at the back of there, by the way, I must say. I'm going to have to get on top of the boards and do it. And imagine static grassing all the way back there. It's going to be difficult, to put it that way. Anyway, that's balanced and scenery done. Yeah, on the main line, it's just me and you. Pete and Evan seem to have abandoned me, but that's absolutely fine, obviously. They're not forced to watch the stream all the way through. So anyway, we have 3 on the main line requests, so shout out to On the Main Line. He's here, and he's got 3 requests. That's the first time that's ever happened. We have AWS 66 and Virgin 47 with 3 Virgin coaches. Which... should run quite well together because the 66 is a Lima pancake motor and the 47 is a Hornby Ringfield, and they are basically they're just the same mechanism except probably about 20 years older or 20 years apart from each other. Then we've got On the Main Line's request on the inner line, which is Flying Scotsman and Tornado with a derailed tender, Flying Scotsman and Tornado with my 4 Mark 1s. I need to remember their Mark 1s, don't I? Just keep calling them my 4 coaches, which is extremely unprofessional of me, but I don't really care. But I shall try to remember the called Mark 1, seeing as On the Main Line very politely calls them Mark 1s. That may or may not be a hintful reminder to call things by the proper names. Here we go. Oh dear, that's the wrong controller. You know you're on Hybrid Railway stream when you reach us for the wrong controller. Scotty and Tornado, despite being, oh dear, derailed tender. Oh dear. Anyway, I'll sort that out in a minute. I'll set the 9F and the L8 off. Running light. We've had some issues here with the tender. It's not brilliant. That camera camera's gone offline again. That's another benefit of not using phones. You know, using phones, they use Wi-Fi to be able to get the things to StreamYard, but you know, each separate camera is using Wi-Fi to get the data to StreamYard. But if I use a USB webcam, then all they're using is USB and then the internet to stream it to you. And I'm sick to death of this camera going offline. You know, I've said it twice in the last 20 seconds, but it'll be a lot better when I get a webcam. This data goes over USB to my laptop so I can see what everything's doing, not Wi-Fi, and then Wi-Fi just sends it to you. Anyway, we can get on the main lines request going. On them, a Tornado and Flying Scotsman run quite well together, believe it or not. Despite this one being 1970s and this one being like 2000s, they're like 30, 40 years apart, you know, they don't run bad together. I'm honestly quite surprised. I've just realised that the 47 and the 66 go at vastly different speeds. I'm going to run them a bit slower. Crying out loud. Tornado's front bogey's derailed again. Yeah. I'm going to run these two slow because this one goes a lot faster than this one. I don't want the traction tyres to wear out. In fact, I think I'm going to stop that one before anything bad happens. Mini Mainline Railroad, hello from New York. I'm still here. Thank you very much for joining Mini Mainline Railroad. Thank you very much for taking the time to comment. It's very nice to see you here. I haven't seen you in a long time either. But yeah, thank you very much for joining. Very good to see you here. And Tornado's having issues again. So, for crying out loud. Can't do anything, can you? Mind you, I suppose, when the viewers decide what trains you run. Well, doesn't mean it's not a good request, Jaden. It just means that I've put it in the wrong formation. If I do it this way, it should be a lot better. Because Scotty's wheels start turning before Tornado, so hopefully that works a little bit better. And if I run them a little bit slower, it might help. I'm just going to shuffle these ones up here, the EWS one. Because I've just realised, I thought the whirring sound I could hear was the combined sound of the 66 and the 47, but I've realised it's the 47 spinning its wheels like mad, and I don't want to wear out the traction tyres because they're not easy to get hold of. Plus, I can feel the motor that's quite warm, so I don't want to risk doing any damage there. So we shall stop that one there, but it does look a nice train on the main line. So yeah. Anyway, Mini Mainline Railroad, do you want a request to run on my layout? Shall I tell you what to pick from? If you would like a request, then just pop it in the chat. The only thing is, it has to be a double header. That is the theme for today's stream. So the things you can pick from are the Class 66, the Class 47, a HST power car, an A4 Golden Eagle, an Airfix Fowler 4F, LMS number 5, Queen Elizabeth or the Great Western Railways 101, and the rolling stock you can pick with that are the Virgin coaches, the container wagons, or a freight wagon. So pick any 2 engines from them and any combination of rolling stock, and I shall run it for you, because Jaden's kind of failed. So if you would like one, if you would like a request to run, like to see your train run on my layout, then pop it in the chat and I shall do it right now. That was a voice crack, and that is embarrassing. That's a class 66. That is a class 47. Trust me, it is. 66001 and 47845. Or if you've been pedantic, a class 47/8, I think, probably. But yeah, I probably should have clarified that, shouldn't I? These are British trains, not American trains. I probably should have clarified that, since you said you were from New York. I do know what I'm doing in Britain, at least. Oh wow, you have an American cousin. So he lives in America. Very cool. Very nice. We've got transcontinental viewers here. But yeah, these are British trains, other George. But if you want a train to run, then pick one. Next thing to talk about is train spotting. So I went train spotting last Thursday. I fancied going, but the Scarborough Spire Express was coming through, you know, the 2 class 37s. And I thought, well, I've seen the Scarborough Spire Express before, but then I realised if I went, I was going to catch it on the going journey rather than the return journey. On the return journey before, you've seen it going from right to left, but this time it was going on left to right. That meant I was going to be on a different platform. That meant I was going to get a different shot, and I was going to, you know, get another shot for you. But then I thought, oh, well, if I'm going out to see the Scarborough Spire Express again, I'm going to go see something I've already saw and then come straight back again. So I thought, I'll stay there. And while I was there, obviously I saw the Scarborough Spire Express. I saw 2 class 66s, and you saw a class 195. And that video is already out. That came out this week, 24th of August, Tuesday at 7:30 as always. So that came out, and I think you all enjoyed that. On the main line, certainly did. He put a comment on earlier. I also went train spotting last Saturday, and I went to see the Midland Pullman HST. You know, the HST, the LSL, Locomotive Services Limited are running. They are running that like every month, once or twice every month. And I went to see that, so that video will be coming out shortly. And I went train spotting last Sunday as well. So last week was a train spotting filled week for me. I went to see Flying Scotsman at Leeds hauling the Waverley, and I will be seeing that very, very soon. Sorry, that video will be coming out very, very soon. Hopefully you'll like that. And next week, on Sunday, so yeah, next week, I'm going on the East Lancashire Railway, and I'm going on a train that's going to be hauled by the Flying Scotsman, and that is that goes from Bury Bolton Street to Rottenstall and back. So I'm going on that. in a week. Great stop. I think Pete is saying great stop as referring to earlier. I think Pete's comments must be slightly delayed. Either that or he's just responding to messages further back from the chat. I know Pete said he was in the car. Mini mainline. It's a double header stream, so I can run the 47 light, only if you pair it with another engine. All trains today have to run double heading. So if you want to pick another engine to go with the 47, then you can do. It's a double headers only stream today, so we can't just have one engine pulling a train. It has to be two engines. I might even do a triple header only stream. That might be interesting. But yeah, mini mainline, if you want to pick another train to go with the 47, then I will run that for you. 47 in the dinky green diesel. Okay, fair enough. I shall check. That's an 08, by the way, for future reference. Dinky green diesel. To be fair, we're actually doing an 08 day, aren't we? Still haven't done any more progress on that, but it's in the works, trust me. Oh, those two actually set off at the same speed, pretty much. Nearly. If I get it going just right, they might run okay together. On the main line, you can answer that question because I know nothing about American trains and frankly don't really care for them either. Sorry to all the Americans out there, but anyway. On the main line, what other engine would you like to go with the 9F? Unless you want a completely different request. What other engine would you like to go there? I'd agree with that on the main line. British locos are built for elegance and speed, not necessarily power. I think the closest to 16 or 18 driving wheels is the 9F. This one here, it's got 10. How many wheels has it got total? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. It's got 18 total wheels. Yeah, what engine do you want to go behind the 9F on the main line? 4F. Good choice. Freight engine overkill. I recently repaired the 4F. You remember it was making that horrible squeaking noise in both directions. That was going to be the stream last weekend. However, the stream last weekend unfortunately got cancelled because none of the cameras were working. So I fixed it by myself. I oiled the bearings, complete disassembly, cleaned the commutator and the wheels again, and oiled everything up again. And basically, I also cut up some foam. You know, my sponge that I have as my loco servicing holder. I cut up a spare sponge and stuffed some foam in the tender. And now it runs a lot quieter and without the squeak. So, good request on the main line. Those two seem to run well together as well. We've got a LMS black freight engine and we've got a BR black freight engine. Yeah, very exciting. We've got some good requests today. I'm especially liking this one. Flying Scotsman Tornado and the carriages. I do like this one, black and black freight engines, and I also really like this one, 08 and 47. Very creative. Thank you very much, Pete. Very nice of you to say that. And just going back to what I was saying about the train spotting videos earlier, I'm not exactly sure when all the train spotting videos are coming out. I don't want to flood my channel with train spotting videos because it is called Hybrid Model Railway for a reason. But they will probably all be released within 3 months-ish. So yeah, expect to see them shortly, but not too shortly. I like the Dinky Green diesel as well. Not a bad engine. Not a bad engine at all. Almost looks a bit like a, what is it? A J27 or a J15 does that 4F at times. On the main line, you've absolutely hit the nail on the head with that one. British Steam, elegant, fast, classy, sometimes reliable. America, big, powerful, overkill, and to be fair, in my opinion, and I am a British person, so don't shoot me for this, but from my point of view as a British person, American trains look kind of ugly. Apart from the subway trains, you know, the LIRR, they look okay. But they're not really subway trains, are they? I just don't really like American trains, and I'm sure Americans who look on us as British people don't like British trains, you know. British people don't like American trains. American people don't like British trains. It's just how the world works. I am really loving those, that 9F and 4F double header. It looks smashing. Really, it does. I can't believe I haven't thought of that. Obviously, this one has to go at the front because there's no coupling at the front of that to the back of the 9F. Mini mainline railroad. You can't even carry a stick at the local park without being told to put it down, get on the ground and put your hands behind the back here in Britain. It's a wonderful noise of trains up here. So then, another thing to talk about in today's stream is I have an important announcement that's going to be coming up very soon. On the mainline, Weeks George, by the way. I've got a very important announcement that's going to be coming up very soon. Now, unfortunately, I've had to do some changes about my 250 subscriber special. I am aware that I haven't got to 250 subscribers yet, but I did tell you what was going to be for my 250 subscriber special. Now, unfortunately, the planned giveaway that was going to happen for my 250 subscriber special is not going to be taking place anymore. Unfortunately, I've had a rethink and some changes have had to be made, and unfortunately, there will not be a giveaway for my 250 subscriber special, obviously when I get to 250 subscribers. So, there's an important announcement video talking about why I changed my mind, what's coming apart, that's, you know, what is going to come is nearly as special as the giveaway, but just not quite. Unfortunately, I've had to make some changes. So, unfortunately, some changes have to be made, and unfortunately, no giveaway is going to be happening for my 250 subscriber special, but there will be an important announcement coming up on that in a few weeks, just telling you everything you need to know about it. Crikey! That's the wrong controller. God's sake. Hashtag delayed reactions. Jeez. Scared the living daylights out of me. Christ almighty. I'm sorry, but that was actually scary. Actually scary. That was a derailment and a half, ladies and gentlemen. That was vicious. I've never had one that bad before. Let's reach for the right controller. Goodness knows what went wrong there. That was quite scary. My reaction time is about 50 years. Go for some single camera action. I also have an upcoming announcement about early videos on my channel. Now, as you all know, my early videos were pretty terrible compared to the stuff that I'm producing now. You know, the somewhat high quality streams that definitely don't have any derailments in them whatsoever. You know, my videos back then I thought were good, but now I think my old videos are pretty terrible. And my old streams were pretty terrible. So at some point, I'm going to make an announcement about old videos on my channel, you know, sort of before becoming a loft. And I'm going to give you a little bit of information about what I'm going to be doing to those videos and also what you should expect for videos in the future. So very shortly, I'm going to be doing an announcement on early videos on my channel, because unfortunately some early videos on my channel are going to be unfortunately they're going to be going away. So stay tuned for all my announcements, especially about the 250 subscriber one and the early video ones, and just stay tuned for those. There's some important things you need to know. Pete Clark says he like American trains. I mean, fair enough. Each to their own. Interested on the main line. You've improved it by a hundredth of a hundredth of a second. I've no idea what I was going to start doing there. Well, I tried to do one, but I've tried to do one, but yes, it decided to give me a cookie thing halfway through. Mine's 273, which is the exact average. Okay, well, things haven't gone to plan. Ow, giddy ants. Crikey, crikey, crikey. Major problems. We've had a whole pile up. The 9F and the 4F got obstructed by Tornado's tender, which decided to uncouple from Tornado again. Well, that's just comical. Let's... Come on. Yes, there we are. Well, Tornado's tender isn't liking me today, is it? I'm not sure what it is. I don't think it's my track. I just think it's all these weird and wacky combinations we have. Anyway, let's keep going. Massive crash indeed, Evan Terry. Anyway, everything's back and up and going now. I would also like to tell you about a future video that's coming up. And at this point, it would be where I play an epic trailer with dramatic music. But no, I'm not going to do that. I have a future video coming up, and I'm sure all of you are going to enjoy it very much, whether you agree with what I'm going to say in it, or whether you don't agree with what I'm going to say in it. But a future video that's coming up is going to be called The Muddy Mess of Model Railways Today. So that video will be coming up within the next few months. Haven't started filming it yet, but at some point I will do. Probably because that's going to be one of the best videos I've ever made. The recording is going to be quite good. It's going to have, like title cards between different sections of the video. I'm going to have, conclusions and video segments and stuff like that. I'm going to try and make it the best video I've ever made. But in a few months, I will be releasing a video called The Muddy Mess of Model Railways Today. I hope you look forward to that, because I think it's going to be a good one. Whether it's a sort of video that a person like me should be making, I don't know, but I'm going to make it anyway. It contains quite a lot of opinions, is what I'm trying to say. So, I think you'll enjoy it. Oh, did I say a series? I meant a video. I meant a video, not a series. Sorry. I meant a video. I am, however, going to be making a series of video, probably in 7 or 8 months' time. I have got some videos that are probably not going to be in the works for quite a couple of weeks, but I am going to make a 3-part series of videos about starting model railways, so that should be useful. It does sound like a documentary, and that's the sort of feel I was going for, if I'm honest. So, without even telling you it was documentary style, just by the title, it sounds good, doesn't it? Somebody's guessed that it's documentary style without me even saying that. Oh, the 9F stalled. I wondered why I hadn't seen it in a while. That's because the 4F stalled. That makes sense. That's one thing you should do as well. If a train has stalled and you don't notice it for quite some time, then just have a feel on the. Just put your hand around the outside of the tender if that's where the motor is, or just put your hand around where the motor roughly is. So Tornado, the motor's roughly here. Flying Scotsman, the motor's roughly there. 47, the motor's roughly there. And on the 4F, the motor's in the tender. So if an engine has stalled or isn't going around the track and you think it hasn't been doing that for quite some time, then just have a feel where the motor is, because if it's really warm, you should probably let it cool down a little bit before you start it up again. And just run it a little bit slower as well if it's a little bit warm. Or if it's really hot, then take it apart and have a look at it. But yeah, I felt there that's almost stone cold, so it's not, you know, the motor hasn't been heating up or damaging itself or anything like that. Right, the final two things out of about 12 or 13 that we've had to talk about today is I have a new Virgin Class 47 and Virgin coaches. So you've seen the Virgin Class 47 quite a lot today. So the Class 47 that you will see appearing on the top right camera in just a moment, that was part of a birthday present. Now, I've talked about, I go to my local model railway shop, and there's a person in there called Martin, very nice bloke is Martin, helps me get some cracking deals, I was actually looking for a Virgin HST. However, the only HST you had at all was one that said Hornby on one of the power cars, and I thought, well, fair enough if it's Hornby, you know, Hornby model trains, Hornby on the side of a real train, but I thought, you know, it's a bit like advertisement. You know, I don't want an advertisement running around my layout. You know I've got Hornby trains, but you don't need a massive HST that says Hornby on the side of it, do you? So I thought, no. And then I looked up and saw the Loco Hold service instead, which was that Virgin Class 47 there. I know, as Evan Terry says, Virgin is non-existent now, but, you know, this version of Flying Scotsman isn't in existence now, and the Great Western 101 that I have isn't in existence now. It just looked like a really nice livery for that diesel in particular. I know it's a real livery. I'm just saying, to me, it felt like an advertisement. I know it was a real livery. I said that, didn't I? I said, I know it's a real livery, but it felt like an advertisement to me. So that's why I didn't like it. So I thought, I looked at the Loco Hold service before, and it came with the exact same coaches, more or less, that would have come in the Virgin HST set. So I thought, that's a really nice livery for a 47, quite a unique livery, and also I get these really, really nice carriages with them as well. So I thought, you know what, I'll do that, because I've been wanting a 47 for a while, and I've been wanting a Virgin HST for a while. So I compromised and got a 47 in Virgin livery, and I got the 3 carriages. So effectively, because they pretty much are the same coaches that came with the 47, effectively I have a Virgin HST and a Class 47, which I've been wanting for ages. And as I've said, my layout is not a prototypical layout, so it doesn't bother me if I run a Virgin, you know, if I run a Virgin Class 47 with, you know, these carriages, or even if I run a Virgin 47 with these container wagons. I really don't care. As I say, not a prototypical layout. I am not bothered if I don't run the correct rolling stock with the correct engine. So yeah, that is the Virgin 47 and the Virgin carriages. And finally, you will have seen this at the very start of the stream. Virgin, I've said Virgin HST too much now, haven't I? What I meant was Intercity 125 Class 43 power car. That's what I meant. And I bought this off eBay. Do you remember previously I bought an engine, didn't I? You might remember a few months ago. But I bought what did I buy? I actually bought the 4F. Let's see, I bought the 4F, which was broken when I got it, with the intention of fixing it up, making sure it worked, and then selling it on for a little bit of profit, so it'd help me buy some scenery for my layout so I could advance my layout. And you might also remember that I bought a J83 for the same purpose. I buy a broken engine, I fix it up, do it up, and make sure it works. Then I put it on eBay for a little bit of profit, and then that's an extra couple of quid to be able to put towards my layout and put towards doing the scenery, because the most expensive part for this layout was obviously the track. That is very, very expensive. I mean, if you were just to buy this much metal in itself, the nickel silver, it'd probably be pretty much all the price. The plastic's effectively worth it. It's the metal you're paying for, really. So you might remember I bought the 4F with the intention of doing it up, restoring it to working order, and selling it on for a bit of profit so I could advance the layout. But that was so difficult to repair, and I actually got quite attached to it, so I kept that one. But obviously, I sold the J83 because they're really easy to pick up. So I've done the same thing. I bought this on eBay for a total of £23.81, which included postage. It didn't work. It came to me. It wasn't working. It had like white Tipex all over this side of the body. So what I did was I got my mum to help, and she got all the white random bits of Tipex paint off it. I put some new brushes and springs in because there weren't any when it came with that, because it said it was untested. So I've restored it to working order, and it's now on eBay. It's now on my eBay, or my parents' eBay. It's now on my eBay. So the idea is, I bought this, I restored it to working order mechanically and cosmetically, and then I put it on eBay, and basically now I'm using my model train fixing skills to bring me an extra couple of quid, just to be able to, because if I can get 10 quid profit off this, then that'll buy me a bag of static grass or some trees or anything. I mean, every little helps when it comes to model railways, and that's the idea of buying, fixing, and selling it on. I do apologise to the people who I've missed in the chat. Good evening to you, Mark, at Hemel Down Model Railway. Wrong comment, that is. Thank you very much for joining. Very nice to see you here, Mark. I've been watching quite a lot of your videos recently. I must admit I have forgotten to comment, so I do apologise for that. I keep saying that for some reason I don't, even though I turn notifications on for everyone I subscribe to, for some reason YouTube hasn't been giving me notifications. So I have been catching up on your videos, Mark. So sorry if I haven't commented on your videos in a while. I do mean to, but trust me, I have been watching your videos, and yeah, hope you're doing okay as well. I will put some comments on very soon. Hello, Train Guy. Hello, Train Guy. Thank you very much for joining the stream. Very nice to see you here. And I am doing very well. Thank you very much. I'm doing fine. Mini Main Line Railroad says, got to go by. Thank you very much for joining Mini Main Line. Been very nice to have you here. Thank you for your request. As you put it, the Class 47 and the little dinky green thing. So yeah, thank you very much for that. So see you later. It is. I'm not quite sure what went wrong with that. Maybe I could try clearing the cache on YouTube and re-signing in on all my accounts. Not sure. Maybe I could try watching on my laptop instead of my phone. Probably a bit better for my eyesight as well. Square wheels? Crikey, that were one of the first bikes, wasn't it? It was called a Bone Shaker, and it had square wheels, if I remember rightly. Well, nicknamed the Bone Shaker. My 14XX unfortunately is still broken. You remember my Great Western 14XX? You remember I said it had Mazak rot and the back trailing truck at the back and the main driving wheels at the front had just been held on by the brake rigging. The metal had like crumbled away, and you could actually bend the back two non-driven wheels away from the main chassis that had the the 4 driving wheels at the front. So literally, if this hand has the front end of the chassis of the 14XX and this one has the back one, you could literally bend it, you know, a good 35-40 degrees. So you could actually bend the two halves of the chassis apart. So unfortunately, I either need to buy a new chassis for the 14XX because the body and the motor and the capacitor and all that are still perfectly serviceable and perfectly okay. So I either need to buy a new chassis or I need to buy a completely new Hornby 14XX, or I buy an Airfix one, because the Airfix ones are a lot cheaper. The detail is roughly about the same, and also they're pretty easy to fix, because I've had the 14XX, which is the most difficult loco to fix in my entire, year and a half of doing model trains. And I've fixed, believe it or not, quite a lot of model trains during that time, so I'll have to see about that. But first I need to get the ballast in and some of the scenery done on my railway first. Evan Terry says he's going to go now. Bye. So see you later, Evan Terry. Thank you very much for joining. It's been very nice to have you here in the comments. And thank you for watching. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's Mazak rot, but for some reason it hasn't infected the whole chassis. It's just done that little bit. I guess maybe it was cast in 2 parts and then put together somehow, but I don't know. The chassis at the moment can't be fixed, so either I buy a 14XX or I buy a new chassis. I'm still on 210 subscribers, so I'm not doing too badly. I'm going to see if I can get to 250 by the end of this year. I've just remembered I started this year on 54 subscribers and I'm on 210 right now. So I don't like to blow my own trumpet, but I'm pretty happy with where I am at the moment. Obviously, it's not all just about the subscribers. But, say I started on 16th of May last year, and at the end of last year, I was on 54, and I've gone from 54 at the end of last year to 210 this year. I'm really not doing too badly. I think YouTube Shorts have played a big part in that as well. They have helped get a boost and get my videos out to a wider audience. .31's good though. How long has your channel been going, by the way? I had 54 in January, February, March, April, May. I had 54 in 7 months. So how long has your channel been going? Yeah. Yeah, Absolutely, on the main line. Of course you can. Oh, thank you very much now, train guy. I think, is it you that has subscribed? Anyway, whoever it was that subscribed, thank you very much. My channel analytics aren't, oh yes they are, 212, my live subscriber count. So thank you very much for the people who subscribed. Thank you very much. I don't think I knew you had a training channel either, Evan Terry. So I shall search that up and I shall subscribe to that after the stream ends. But yeah, I didn't know that. Good name, by the way. I like that. A train too far. I unfortunately can't click on these links because I'm in the StreamYard software, not the YouTube software. And I can't open the YouTube chat because unfortunately my computer's not beefy enough. However, I am subscribed to, well, I think everyone's apart from Evan Terry's channel. So, well, we've got a 2 out of 3 perfect stop on this line, haven't we? So we shall see. 3 out of 3 perfect stops there, I think. That's not happened before. I'm normally switching controllers left, right, and centre to try and get them to line up nicely for the end shot. But I think they are all lined up nicely. Thank you very much, Mark. Very nice for you to say that. Very nice of you indeed. Thank you very much. I shall search, Evan Terry, I might be able to search your train now. It just depends how much my computer is or is not going to give me processing power. A train too far. Is that what you said it was called? No, it's just giving me Hornby magazine. Can you give me the title of one of your videos? Because if I search that up, then that'll be a direct match and then I can subscribe to it from that. So, what's one of your video names, Evan? And I'll try and subscribe to it now before I forget. What's one of your video names? Give me a better match and then I can subscribe from that. Anyway, while Evan does that... Oh, channel filter. Oh, I forgot you can do that. Filters. Can I do channel filters? Channel... No. Still not coming up. There's too many channels with keywords that match that. Ah, I found it. Don't worry. Has it got Flying Scotsman as the profile picture? This channel is about reviews, models, gaming, Roblox, train. Yeah, that's it. 32 subscribers. You should have 33 now. Thank you very much for that, Evan Terry. Good suggestion. I have sorted it and I am now subscribed. I can't even do that on the main line because if I try and copy it, I just end up showing you comments. Unfortunately, it's just a downside of the stream. So yeah. Anyway, unfortunately, it is time to end the stream because my tea is going to be ready in the next 9 minutes. And I've just heard my dad's coming from work, so I'll have to go and say hello. Slightly longer stream today, but that's not a problem. I didn't do one last problems, but yeah. Good request today, by the way, especially from On the Main Line and Mini Mainline Railroad, if you can say that name. Really good request today. Specifically liked this one, the 4F and the 9F. I really liked that. And specifically Tornado and Flying Scotsman. Again, that's On the Main Line. I really enjoyed that one. honestly can't believe, never thought of that. 2 F engines, freight engines, 2 black freight engines. I know one's from LMS and one's from BR, but you know, pretty, you know, smashing combination, that, isn't it? Anyway, is Mark having problems with adding moderators? I think I may or may not have a rejig of my moderators at some point. Not too soon. I just need people who are going to be on every week, because Pete was on this week. It doesn't seem to be on very much, which is absolutely fine. I say, you're not forced to watch all of my stream. You're not forced to watch them every week. Obviously, people have got other things to do. People might want to watch other videos. You know, you just might not feel like watching it. But I think I might have a rejig of my moderators. Don't know. I might do. I might not. But I think I need some people who I know are here on every week. I know I've just said people don't have to be on every week, but the people who want to be on here every week deserve to be moderators, because the people who are on here every week, you know, on the main line, don't worry, you're going to be staying as a moderator, because you're going to be here. You're always here every week, no matter what. But I think I might have a rejig of my moderators and get 2 new people in, I think. But I don't know, we'll have to see. But anyway, thank you everyone for watching today's Sunday stream. It really has been lovely reading all of your questions and comments in the live chat. And thank you for all your messages and your requests, as they are my favourite part of these live streams. It is just the fact that I am live to an audience and I can see your discussions coming in through the live chat, and I get to run fantastic requests such as these ones here. Is just why I enjoy these streams so much. So I will hopefully see you on Tuesday for another video. And I can't remember what that video is. I have filmed it, or I filmed most of it, but I do believe it's one of my announcement videos. But I shall, on the main line's got everyone laughing there. It is one of my announcement videos, is the video on Tuesday. I'll have to see what it is, but it's an announcement video, an important announcement video, like I talked about earlier in the stream. So stay tuned for that, because it probably is, well, it is important, otherwise it won't be an announcement, would it? But yeah, do remember to subscribe and give the stream a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And if you could share a video or two, and if you could share my channel to a friend of yours or somebody in your family who can subscribe, or, you know, other people on YouTube, if they allow that on your channel. If you could share my channel and some of my videos to them, then it really does help to promote the channel and get my videos out to a wider audience. So thank you all once again for joining the stream. It really has been great to have you here, and I do hope to see you all again very, very soon. Thank you to my moderators who've been in today. We've had On the Main Line and Pete Clark in today. And thank you to Evan, Mark and Train Guy and Mainline Railroad, and anyone else who I've missed out from the chat that's been in today's stream. So thank you very much for watching, everyone. I do hope to see you again very, very soon. So the last for me to say is take care of yourselves, everyone, and bye for now. And I shall roll my brand new intro. Take care, and I will see you shortly.